Video games are not just pastimes. They have the ability to challenge your brain to solve puzzles and complex dungeons, while also stimulating the imagination by progressing a story. Indeed, they have the ability to share a deep and powerful story with you in a unique way, as you get to have first-hand involvement in it. They also have the ability to scare the living daylights out of your poor 3-year-old self. I know I've said it before. Rated E my butt. Hey y'all, I'm the Geek Apprentice and happy October, even though it definitely does not feel like October here in Florida. If you've been around the geekdom for a while, then you know about my history of feeling quite traumatized by certain video game moments right from the tender age of 3, and the fact that I like to rehash this moments in many videos. I have 2 older brothers, so was kind of exposed young. Obviously, I'm fine, look at what kind of YouTube channel I have, but I cannot deny that till this day there are several moments that, whether it's just nostalgia or the memory of it, I still find my heart racing just a bit when I encounter these moments again. So today I have a list of 12 video game moments in no particular order that scared me to literal tears. Some of these are exactly what you would expect and probably already know what a couple of them are. However, others, not so much. It is no shocker that something from Majora's Mask would make it to this list, thus I doubt anyone would begrudge me for putting the mask transformations from the game on this list. Between the creepy screams and the sounds he makes up to the screams and the visual effects and just, I may have been older than I was with Ocarina of Time, but only by 2 years. Thus, I was 5 when Majora's Mask came out, and this was one of the many moments could not handle. It made me run out of the room and cry. Even to this day, I have to press the skip button, whatever it is, depending on the controller, so quickly to get past that moment. No. Nintendo, what were you thinking? When people think of games that scared them, I'm not sure Donkey Kong 64 would be high among that list. But nevertheless, for me, that Jack-in-the-Box moment was something else. What you need to understand is that I enjoyed playing as Tiny Kong a lot. I mean, she looked like me. She was tiny and had blonde little pigtails. Made sense. My mom liked to play as Diddy Kong. One of my brothers, he liked to go back and forth between Lanky Kong, which was his favorite, and Donkey Kong. There was no particular favorite for Donkey Kong, and my eldest brother didn't really care. But I distinctly remember one time thinking, ooh, I know that's a Tiny Kong boss. It was my brother's save file, and I just wanted to see what it was like. No! Like, I already don't like clowns, but no, absolutely no. Just, I'm gonna be saying that a lot in this video. No. But that Jack-in-the-Box, and I don't even remember how old I was, but I was young, and that was freaky. And what you also need to understand is if you've watched me stream, you know I don't do bosses. I am terrified of doing bosses. I hate doing them. I don't like the adrenaline rush. I don't like any of it. I like exploring dungeons like in Zelda, but I don't like bosses. So it was just the perfect pot of no thank you. As existential and strange as it may seem, and I know I've brought it up in a video before, the nightmares from Link's Awakening undoubtedly would make this list. I know everyone gets nightmares, but I remember my first nightmare, which was when I was 4, or that's the first nightmare that I remember. And the thing about my dreams is I either don't remember them, or I do remember them, and they're extremely vivid. And between the vivid ones, they might be just really weird and out there, or they are terrifying nightmares. So being exposed to Link's Awakening on the Game Boy Color, paired with that amazing music, but eerie music as well, that left an impact because I did remember that nightmare. I'll be honest though, I was exposed to it before the first nightmare that I can recall, so I don't think it left this impact until later. But the concept of nightmares, yeah, that made me kind of like more subtly cry on the inside. I don't know what it is about Rareware having these cartoony, fun-looking games that then suddenly dish out something freaky, but the Banjo-Kazooie series is one of them. Specifically, the Minjos from Banjo-Tooie. This is kind of a 2-for-1 deal, because I have 2 specific moments that kind of made me cry a little bit. The first in Banjo-Tooie was when I first encountered a Minjo myself. I specifically remember it was like this, I can't remember the name of it, I'm used to Banjo-Kazooie more than Tooie. This carnival world place, and I saw a Jinjo, and I was like, oh, let me go grab it. And then it starts growling, it starts chasing at me, and that freaked me the heck out. The other part of the Minjo reference is the king. Seeing him all zombified, and like, I was terrified to walk up to him. I thought he was gonna be like a boss or something, so I didn't go anywhere near him. And then I saw his little pet thingy just scared under his blanket. No, that was not okay. Might as well get one of the most obvious ones out of the way now, and that is the Forest Temple, specifically its music from Ocarina of Time. And yes, I do mean more specifically the music, however, tied in with the temple itself, yeah, it made me cry. I was actually older for this moment, as I did play it when I was a lot younger, but I started playing it again myself when I was probably about 15? I don't remember. But it took me a while to finish it because I was so freaked out by this dungeon. I could do the first 3 dungeons, not this one. I mean, it's the perfect music for this temple. Like, this is easily, I've said it a million times, I'll say it again, probably the best theme in The Legend of Zelda. Well, best thematic dungeon theme, because there's a lot of themes I do really like, but you know why. And taking a few months to try and finish this dungeon because I was freaked out by the music and the temple itself, yeah, there were some tears. And number 6 on this list is the game Glover for the N64. That's it. Just Glover. I don't remember it specifically, I just remember not liking this game and it creeping me the heck out. That's it. I don't have anything else to add to that. Just the game as a whole, I guess. I don't remember a specific moment, just that, no. I don't like Glover. Naturally, Majora's Mask would have more than one entry on this list, but this is probably not what you thought it would be, and that is the Owl Transportation. Forgive me for not looking up what it's actually called. This is a little bit of a last-minute video, but oh my gosh, I could not handle the Owl Transportation. The mask transformation was worse, but it was something about the imagery and the music, just like the mask transformations, that it just didn't sit well with me, and I would literally hit the button to go transportation, and I would close my eyes and plug my ears until it was over. My mom and one of my brothers, I distinctly remember them laughing at me for this. I can't explain it, I just know. We should have a running count for how many times I say no. Comment below at the end of this video how many times I say no, including right now. If I mentioned the Minjos from Banjo-Tooie, you knew this had to make an appearance, and that is Bottle's death. Why, Rareware, why? That was terrifying and sad, and just, they had played so many tricks on him, and you know, boy cries wolf type thing, and he was like, I'm not gonna fall for it. And he has a family! Not to mention, I don't like the military boot camp dude that takes his place. I like the sound he makes, it's kind of funny, and the way he marches is kind of funny. Okay, I guess he's not that bad, but Bottles, he had a family, that's dark. That's really dark. Of course, the redeads of both Ocarina of Time and The Wind Waker would make it to this list. I didn't really want to separate the two of these, so I clumped them together. Namely, the entirety of the redeads from Ocarina of Time, and subsequently Majora's Mask, and then specifically the screams of the redeads from The Wind Waker. Made me cry on multiple occasions. I don't think I need to explain much further, except to say, when I was streaming Wind Waker HD, I muted the sound when I would come across redeads during the stream. You can ask people that watch, I did that. Some things just don't leave you. Surprisingly, I do have another entry from Donkey Kong 64, and that is the alternative ending. Rareware likes these alternative endings, right? I mean, in Banjo-Kazooie, if you save and quit, it shows what happens if you don't save Tootie. Creepy, I guess it keeps you coming back to play the game, although that didn't make me cry, hence why it's not on the list. But, I don't know, have you watched the save and quit ending of Donkey Kong 64? He literally blows up his island. Like, you don't see it, but you know that's what's happening. Like, he prepares the beams or whatever, and there's this big standoff of the video going back and forth between the two, and the music is super intense. I cried. Hence why it's on this list. I was going to save this one for last because I'm sure most of you were wondering when I was going to bring it up, but decided to put it next to last, and that is Dead Hand from Ocarina of Time. How many times will I rehash this one? Probably forever. I don't know. But Dead Hand, the well, the Shadow Temple. Twice you have to defeat him. Why, Nintendo? Why? Like, great job. You did good. But I'm permanently scarred by this. I remember playing it on an emulator a while back, not on stream. I was shaking, not profusely, mind you. And I could feel that lump in my throat because I wanted to cry. Good job, Nintendo. Rated E. Rated E. The final one on this list comes from Banjo-Kazooie, and that is The Tomb of Goby's Valley. Another one I didn't actually look up the name of, but I till this day have never done it. I have never finished that maze thing in Goby's Valley. You know, where you walk in and he's like, turn around, otherwise you have to be subject to my maze. And I know it's easy too, like just find a map of the top-down perspective and then go from there. You can do it. But do you know what happens if you don't make it out? Okay, so we already have the fact that it's creepy music and you can't tell where you're going and it's just tombs and desert, and I don't like that already. Spikes. Like, I'm not kidding. It just goes boom. Spikes. Rareware is in good company doing stuff for people who also create Zelda. I remember this happening to me. I was playing on my own. I must have been about 6 or so, and I had never actually tried it myself, never watched maybe. And I thought, I'm good at mazes. I'll get out. Pretty sure everyone was doing their own thing and they didn't see that I was playing that. I remember just pausing the game, setting down the controller after the spike thing happened, going to my room and just crying for a little bit. It didn't go well. And till this day, I refuse to do that part of Goby's Valley. So there you have it, a list of 12 video game moments, or in the case of Glover, just the game as a whole, that apparently made me cry. Now, I made it sound like I'm extremely sensitive and cry very easily. Not necessarily. I am extremely empathetic, sympathetic, and I do, in a sense, cry easily, but I'm not, like, easily offended, mind you. Not like, oh, everyone hates me type thing. No, I don't know how to explain it. But that's what happens when you're exposed to a lot of these rated E games when you're 3 years old, 4, 5, 6, 7, 26 years old. Yes, I'm 26. But now I want to hear from you. What are some video game moments that just you could not handle it till this day? Let me know the game and the moment itself in the description, in the comment section down below. You can access the description. And also let me know how old you were when that happened. That's interesting, because obviously it's like Dead Hand when you're 3. Sure, that makes sense. You know, it's funny when things happen even when you're older. And I want to say thank you so much to each and every one of my patrons, especially those in the highly end tier, like Code and Data and Joking Batman. I appreciate so much y'all's support, each and every one of you. If you would like to know how you can support the channel for even $1 a month, head on over to patreon.com/thegeekapprentice. But anyway, that is all for today. Thank you for watching.